Good evening, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of the Saturday Community Boards. So grab a seat and hang tight, and here we go. Good evening, everybody. How are you tonight? Welcome to the Community Board Saturday night. Okay, welcome. So we were not on last week because of the 4th of July, so I decided to come on tonight. The Community Boards is your program, your chance to get involved in what is going on in the Fenton community and the collecting world. If you would like to come on screen with me, you are more than welcome to. If you'd like to ask some questions on the screen, you're more than welcome to do that if you just want to enter it in comments. We are on 4 channels tonight, so I welcome everybody in-house. And we will get started. So if you would like to come on board, I can send you a link, or maybe I can post the link. Let's see. Yes. Hello, Linda. Here is the link if anybody wants to come aboard. I think it's going to show up here in a second. Let's see. All right, there you go. So if you do want to come on tonight, you're more than welcome. What happens when you click the link is you'll be taken to a room that asks you to get your mic ready, your camera ready, put your camera horizontal if you want to come on, and then you will be put into a green room. And when I see you in there, I'll take a look, and when you're ready, I'll have you give me a thumbs up and you can come on with me. So tonight, and really, if you want to come on, you can talk about anything that you want to talk about. If you have questions about Marietta, if you want an idea Fenton item, whatever is on your mind is on my mind, and we'll talk about it. So that's what we do here. It doesn't necessarily have to be about Fenton, but it can be. And you can just come on in, or you can ask your question on the comments. So Linda Fleming is in the house tonight. Hi, Linda. How are you doing? I'm sure Linda is getting ready for our event in Marietta. We have had a lot of people call in this week, and we're so excited about it. Actually, through Linda, we have a new guest. I talked with him this morning. He is going to be a surprise right now, but he is actually coming to the Lafayette, and his father was a glass blower, and he's going to tell us some very cool stories. He's going to bring some pieces of his father's work, and he actually worked at the gift shop, the Fenton gift shop, in the heyday, and he will be with us at the Lafayette. We're working on the dates right now, so I will let you know when I have the date, and you can put it on your calendar. Okay. So let's talk about Marietta, since it is going to be 2 weeks from tomorrow. We will be headed to Marietta, and I am actually going to read the calendar. Yay, Chad. Yes, you're absolutely right. So if you have any questions, just comment, and we'll go over the questions. Now, Marietta, Ohio is in southern Ohio. It's on the border of Ohio and West Virginia. It's a little town that is almost like a Norman Rockwell town, very rich in history. That's where we're going to be meeting, at the Lafayette Hotel. And I picked the Lafayette Hotel because of its history. The whole theme of the hotel is based on the river boats that came up and down the Ohio River. So it's very cool. There's no 2 rooms alike at the Lafayette, and they're all themed towards that riverboat theme. So it's a very cool environment to have a get-together, and that's exactly what Marietta is. It's a get-together, and it's kind of a neat experience to meet some of the people that you have met on Facebook and YouTube. Hi, Nancy Smith. So we check in Sunday, but we don't get in till 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And every year that we come in, we always ask, if you are in town and you would like to help us set up, you are more than welcome to come and help us set up and be the early birds for our sale and help us unpack. And we do that starting around 4 o'clock. If the weather is good on Sunday the 24th, after we set up at about 5:30, then we are going to go to the rooftop of the Lafayette and we are going to have a pizza party. So we're going to do that at 5:30. At 7 o'clock, Trudy is going to be in the house, and she has a few things for sale, and she's going to tell a few true stories. And then after Trudy's done, we're going to have a community sale. And what a community sale is you can bring all your items with you to sell if you want to sell in your room. And when we do the community sale, you can come down and sell with us live on Facebook and YouTube. And I will be your moderator for that event, and you can come down and sell free of charge. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, ask any questions if you want. If you want to come in, please go ahead and ask for the link. Okay, so after Sunday and Trudy's sale, then we get into Monday. Let's see. And Monday, we go for the 10 at 10. So we're going to try to do the 10 at 10s from the Lafayette with special guests every day. So Monday, we have the 10 at 10 scheduled. Then at 11:30, we're going to hop on the Valley Gem, and we're going to go for an hour-and-a-half river cruise up the Ohio River. And we're going to have box lunches on the boat. So the price for the cruise is $12. We are filling up fast. If you want to go on the cruise, please let me know. Hi, Denise. Please let me know. And if you want to go on the boat ride, we'll reserve your spot, and I'll be invoicing you for that and asking you what you would like for your lunch. If you would like a lunch, it's only $10. All right, and then the rest of the afternoon, you can either come to Marietta and shop in the Lafayette with us, because we're going to have a lot of glass on display, or you can go into town and shop until 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, we have dinner with George, the Antique Nomad. He'll be in-house. And he comes just in time for that night's community sale, and he is going to co-host the sale with artist Linda Fleming. So this will be the first time George has met Linda, and he will be interviewing her and giving and sitting in on the sale that we have with Linda. So it should be really exciting. And then after Linda's sale, we are going to have a community sale. So Tuesday, good evening, Pamela Landrico. Tuesday, we're going to do 10 at 10 live, and then we are going to hop over to Henderson Hall to see Dave Fetty blow glass. We'll be there till 1:30 probably, and then we'll be coming back with George, and we're going to have an appraisal fair. It's going to be right in the Lafayette Hotel, and George will be there for the appraisal. So if you're coming, please bring something for him to appraise. We have the antique stores in town who will be coming to the event, and they will be hosting it. They will also have items for sale there, as well the local clientele that are the merchants and stuff in their shops, and they are all going to want you to visit their shops, so they're all going to be there for that appraisal fair starting at 2. 5 o'clock is dinner at Tampico's, which is the great Mexican restaurant in Mariette, and then we have a community sale that night at 7, followed by George's sale at 8 o'clock. So that's going to be pretty awesome. And then the last day, Wednesday, we're going to do our 10 at 10 in the morning. We're going to spend the day exploring Marietta, probably go to the Basilica. We'll have dinner with Dave Fetty at Spagna's at 5:30, and then he'll be around for a social, probably an ice cream social at night, and then we will have our cleanup sales. So that's what we're going to do in Marietta. If you can come, please come. It's going to be one of the things that you can do this summer where you can actually bring some glass with you or some vintage with you, and you can help pay for your trip. And I will guarantee that you will fall in love with Marietta. Won't they, Anita? I'm sure Anita will be with us. Won't you, Anita? All right. So again, if you would like to come in tonight, here is the link. And if you want to come in and discuss something, you're more than welcome to come in and discuss whatever you want to tonight. Yes, she will. Anita is going to be with us. Yes. There's a lot of people locally in town, and if you are local, you are more than welcome to come, and we'll find some place for you to set up if you have glass. It's just a great time. It's a great time. This is our 6th year doing it, and every year it's just such a wonderful experience. And our get together has grown every year, and I'm just excited to participate again. Okay, any questions about it? If you have any questions, let me know. let me know. It wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago in 2014 that both of the national recognized groups were considering doing conventions every other year because there was no participation and there was no people in town. The first year that I came to Marietta, yes, Kimberly, I can see your comments. The first year that I came to Marietta, the attendance was down drastically, and that was 6 or 7 years ago. So this is a wonderful breath of fresh air that we have new collectors who are appreciative of Fenton and who want to share their collecting with other collectors, and it's just a wonderful experience. Oh, good. Anita has gathered 30 pieces or so to bring. Awesome, Anita. Awesome. So our hours when we are open to the public, and we've been advertising on the Marietta buy and sell pages, and it's just going to vary depending on what we are doing in the afternoon. Most mid-afternoons, there'll be somebody around in the Mississippi room to keep that open for you. There's always going to be sales every night, so you can come in and buy. And of course, when the appraisal fair is running, everybody will be in to sell glass if you would like to come in and see. We have some interesting stuff. I want to show you one thing that we have that I just packed yesterday that I did not realize was so rare. And I'm going to show this to you, and it's going to cover, I don't know how to do this real well, so I'm going to do an overlay. You're going to see the picture of the item over top of my face. So don't worry if I disappear. But I just packed this for the my display room, and that will be in the Mississippi room of the Lafayette. It is a beautiful Spanish rose pastel cake plate, and this is from 1957. It was featured in a national ad with Borden in that year. However, from what I'm reading, it was never in the Fenton line, and it's a very rare piece. And I do have it, and I am going to be bringing this. And here is another picture of that plate. It's not really the Spanish lace pattern, although they call it Spanish lace, nor does it have the crusting that a normal Spanish lace piece has. So it is in a beautiful pink pastel, but it has that edging that is not like a typical Spanish lace edging. It's not scalloped. Anyway, it is a beautiful piece. Here is another view of it. And this is a close-up. So isn't that a lovely piece? That's just one of the pieces, the 8-inch pie plate that we will have in Marietta. And we're excited to bring that to you. It is very pretty. Okay, do we have anybody that would like to come in and talk with us tonight? If you would like to come in, please do not hesitate. It's not a big deal to come in and share whatever you want to share with the group. It's really quite easy to come in, and everybody would like to talk with you. If you'd like to come in and share, if you'd like to share, if you'd like to sell up to 3 pieces, you can. If you'd like to have a piece ID'd, you can. Or if you just want to chit chat or show us a piece of your collection. Okay, I do have something I want to show you. And this piece has been on my mind for several months. And I am not sure where it came. Well, I know it came from Minnesota. I'm not sure if it's rare. I'm not sure anything about it. And I hesitated about whether I should get it painted because I'm not sure if it's rare. So do you want to see it? Give me a thumbs up. Say hello anyway if you're out there tonight. I see we've got 31 people in here. So we'll go ahead and get some hellos out of the way. Hi, Linda. Linda, tell us. You're very busy. Now, I saw Linda. She was posting this morning some of her lovely melon pieces in the Charlton pattern that she's going to have at Marietta. And she's been very busy at that. She's going to have that with us. Remember, if you're home during Marietta, do not despair because we bring everything to you live in the evenings, and we're going to do a lot of lives during the day, and you will get a chance to buy from home. But of course, we would love to see you in person. That's what makes it so much fun. Okay, and Natalie, hi. Joanne McGuire, hi. See, it's so nice to see new people. Hi, Dana, who are excited about Fenton glass and collecting. That's what makes it so exciting for me. I've been in this business for 40 years, and it's so nice to see new people excited about collecting again. And like I said, it wasn't that long ago that convention week was going to be, they were trying to vote on having it every other year and combining the two groups because nobody was coming. And look at now. Look at now. Hello, Mary Ford says. Linda's pieces are beautiful. Oh, yes. Have you been admiring them? Okay. So here is the item that I have questions about. I have seen this piece in a water pitcher, in a water pitcher set. I have not seen it in the vase. This is a big vase. I considered having this painted, but then my mind tells me, well, what if it's a really rare piece? And I just don't know what to do with it. I'm not 100% sure it's Fenton, although there was a water pitcher that had this design. Does anybody know anything about it? And do you have, what would you think about painting it? What would you think about painting it? Should I paint it or should I leave it? I am curious. If you want to reply in comments. Anita says she has it in ruby and it came from Dexter City. Okay, now do you have this without, you have this in the vase, correct, Anita? Because I've never seen it in the vase. I love it, but I've never seen it in the vase. Okay, yes, Anita has the vase in ruby, but she hasn't seen it in the melt glass. That's why if it is a rare piece, I don't want to risk the firing to have it painted, although it would be beautiful painted. What do you think? What do you think? It's a gorgeous vase. I've seen it in the picture. Matter of fact, no, I don't have, I thought I had one of the pictures here, but I don't. So Anita says yes, she thinks it is. You saw one, David, on the other sites in Topaz without the handle? Interesting. Has anybody ever seen it in melt glass? And do you have any history on it at all? I'm just wondering. I have a few other pieces to show you too. Yes. Okay. Awesome. So we have a couple of members that have actually seen this vase in other colors. Give me a link and I'll show you. Okay, Anita, I will go ahead and send that link over to you. Anita says she's going to come on and show us. Let's see if we can get her in here. I just sent it to you, Anita. Okay, so what you need to do is just have your camera horizontal and get your lighting good, and we'll bring you in for a second. When I see you come in the green room, go ahead and fix your speaker and everything, and keep your earplugs handy in case you need them. I don't think you will, though. And I got something for you, Pat Fries, too. We'll show it next. We'll see what Anita's looks like. She has one in ruby, and we'll see if we can get the story from her. So nobody ever commented, should we paint a piece like this? It's in melt glass. Should we paint a piece like this? Or should we be safe and not let it go through the kiln and keep it as a vintage piece in the condition it originated in? Because I think it's rare. Let me know what you think. And Anita, if you want to come in, we'll wait a second for you to come in. I have a piece for you, Pat Fries. Pat Fries is in the house, and she is a melt glass collector, and she is from the Sandusky area, Huron area of Ohio, and she collects melt glass. Pat, are you looking for something that you really need in melt glass? Okay, so David is putting in his opinion. He thinks it would hurt the value of the vase. Okay, and I tend to agree with him if this is a rare piece. Now, Lena says if you had two, I would paint one. Yes, I would too. If I had two, I wouldn't hesitate. This actually came from Mr. Klink in Minnesota. He usually put his history on the bottom. He doesn't have it on this one. So I don't think he knew. And that's what concerns me a little bit. Okay, so we'll see if Anita comes in. We'll hold that thought for Anita. It may bloom. Yeah, Linda knows. Linda knows. And Our painters try to duplicate the process that Fenton did in painting their items. So they go through the kiln several times, and that can be hard on the glass, and it can be dangerous to the glass. So, okay, I have something that Miss Pat Fries may know what it is, and I am going to ask you guys if you know what it is. I'm thinking that I may have stumped Pat Fries, but we'll see. And Anita, if you have an issue with that link, let me know, okay? So this is another piece that is, I think it's I wouldn't call it rare, but I think it might be hard to find. And does anybody know what this piece is? It's quite large. I would say it's almost 8 inches. It has a lid on it. I don't see you, Anita. I do not see you in the guest room. So make sure there's not another step in it. You have to enter the studio. No, it's not an urn. It could be used as an urn. I want to make sure that I gave you the right link. Yep, should take you right in. But I don't see you. It's not an urn. Pamela Landrica says she has the bottom part, and it was sold to her as a planter. And I suppose so, because you wouldn't know that this top fit it. They probably do get separated quite a bit. Pat Fries, are you looking frantically to see what it is? Hi, Anita. I see you now. I see you now, Anita. So when we get done talking about this, I'll bring you in, sweetie, okay? I see you now. Okay. I don't have it. Are you hoarding it? I am definitely not hoarding it. Does it have a lip? No. A little bit of a lip, I guess. Any guesses as to what this is? Any guesses? I think I found something Pat doesn't have. Anita, you should be hearing me now. If you're hearing me now, give me a thumbs up. You want to make sure your audio is okay. I see you in the green room. I don't think she hears me. Okay. All right. I'm going to tell you what it is because nobody seems to know. Nobody seems to know. It has the original Fenton sticker in there. Okay. And what this is, it's a milk glass honey jar. And it was only made in 1953. Okay, awesome. It is a milk glass honey jar. That's what they call it. From 1953. So this is going to be put up on one of our sales, probably at one of the 10 at 10s. And I didn't know what it was. I had never seen it. So there you go. That is our mystery of the night. Okay. You didn't think they were that big. I didn't either. That's what he calls it. If you can find it identified as something else, let us know. You know, it's always a learning process here. I'm just telling you what Ken identified it at. And he may not be right. He may not be right. But it is cool, isn't it? So if you can find that piece identified as something else, let me know. Because I would really like to know. Okay, Anita, when you give me a thumbs up, I'll know you're ready, sweetie. Anita is in the green room. When you give me, I see you, Anita, so when you give me a thumbs up, I'll know you're ready and you can hear me. So Anita's in the house. She's going to show us her vase. She has one just like this. So as soon as she gives us a thumbs up, we're going to bring her in. I knew they made one now, but not that large. I know. I was surprised too. He has a value of it as $125. So that's what it is. Now, Pat, you know better than anybody else. So if you do the research on it, and you find it's something else, let me know, because I do want to sell this pretty soon. To me, it looks more like a canister too, but that's what he put on the bottom of it. Okay. There you go. Paint it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if Anita is ready. 25. Hey, Anita.
So hi, everyone. That's what it is. Now,
I hear an echo, Anita. Can you turn your volume down?
I had to get rid of the other phone. I had two going so I could do both things.
Yep. I think you did.
If I can get that right here. Okay, here's the piece.
Okay, everybody, I want to introduce to you Anita. Anita is, hello, Anita. Nice to see you. You're looking so pretty tonight.
Oh, I'm a wreck. I've been working all day.
So you have said that you have an outside project going on. What are you doing? Gardening?
Building a pool. And
a pool?
Yes, a large project.
Oh my goodness.
My garden.
Oh my goodness. So you have been busy.
Yes, I have.
Anita lives in a little town. How far are you from Marietta, Anita? You're
not 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
Yes.
And Anita lives in the charming little town of Chester Hill, and she is an avid gardener, and she's been collecting Fenton for years. And we see Anita when we come to Marietta, and I'm sure she'll be stopping by this year, and you'll have the pleasure of meeting her. So Anita says that she found my vase in ruby. Oh, there you go. Awesome. So what's your understanding of your vase? And let us know where you got it at.
Randy Clark Auctions in Dexter City, Ohio is where I purchased it. We were there together, actually.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know anything about it. I liked it and I bought it.
So you don't know the year or anything either. We're gonna have to look into this. Do you remember seeing this as a picture too?
No, I don't. I've never seen it as a picture.
I have seen it in Lotus Mist and a water set. I am almost 100% sure. That is why I'm so curious about it. So Anita has one. David Brown has one in Topaz, but we still don't know what the name of this is or the year. So if you know, let us know.
I've got a little mess going on, but you can see that I have quite the Fenton collection.
Awesome.
Many pieces going on.
So Anita, tell us what you like to collect most in Fenton and why. And maybe show us a piece of it.
It has changed over the years. I've gotten rid of a lot and purchased a lot. I'm kind of into the plum opalescent now. I like the plum animals. Just fairies.
Yep. Because just in knowing you, Anita and I have known each other for how many years? 4 or 5 years. You've gone through carnival glass, Vasa glass, swung vases. It's just a lot of fun collecting, isn't it?
It's a lot of fun collecting. You see something and it kind of grows on you. And you can get something that you like, and then in a year or so, you don't care for it that much. So you go find something else.
Yeah, or you like something better.
Yeah.
And you don't have room for it.
Absolutely. That's one of my issues is I'm running out of room, because I also collect Viking and Smith, and so I collect a lot of glass.
Do you have something that you can show us in Viking that is kind of something that you really like? Because I'm interested in Viking glass too, and I know it's the popularity is really climbing. Holy smoke! You got the bittersweet swung vase thing going on.
Yes, I do. I have quite a little collection going on right there.
Now, what do you know about bittersweet, Anita? Do you know anything about it? Hello, Clearwater Thrift. Nice to see you.
I just know I like it.
Is the bittersweet Viking?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
I didn't know that for sure. That is really wild. You don't see Viking have the
Wait a
glass
minute.
that's colored like that.
Let me see. I might be wrong about that. I think the
Okay.
bittersweet
That's
Smith,
okay.
Ellie Smith
Ellie Smith. Okay.
is
Because
what
I
the
was,
Viking is what the bittersweet is.
yes. Okay. Because what I was thinking is, I don't remember Viking being in glass that wasn't clear.
Yeah. Viking uh is the lighter colors of the green. They have the reds. Let me see if I can get up here. It's up in my cabinet. So those are Viking. That is the Smith, the Ellie Smith, the tall vases.
Yes. Beautiful.
And I
Beautiful.
also have some Blinka little apples right there.
Awesome.
It's
Awesome.
just a lot of stuff.
Cool.
A lot
So,
of
are
stuff.
you going to come to the appraisal fair?
Yes, I am, and I'm bringing a I don't if it's a leopard or a cougar. It's a hollowed out type planner. That was my great grandmother's.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
it's laced, trimmed in gold. It's pretty cool looking.
we have a question for you, and if
Okay.
you don't know it, that's fine. But Clear Valley Thrift on YouTube is asking, is any of Viking hand blown?
I don't think so. I think it's swung. I think it's all swung.
Okay.
Except the animals, of course. They've got those are molded.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So we're gonna let Anita go. Thank you, Anita, for sharing.
Thank
Maybe we'll see you
you.
next week. We're gonna talk about Marietta again next week. If you've got something you want to show us, we're gonna see Anita at Marietta. She's bringing a few things to sell if you want to come down. And that will be in the Lafayette Hotel in the Mississippi room. And Anita, thank you so much. And we'll talk to you soon, girlie. I get to see you.
Yes. Bye, everybody.
Okay, see you in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on. Okay, awesome. It's pretty neat. She's got a great collection. Okay, so that was the mystery of the apple vase. And I think those are apples. I think those are apples. So it turns out 3 of our members have it. We still don't know really the milk glass. I haven't heard from Pat. Where am I going to put this? Let me get up and move this around. I want to show you something I brought to the table today. Okay. If anybody else wants to come on, just let me know and I will send you the link and you can come on. See how easy it is? It's easy. Does anybody else have any questions? And I am going to show you something that I have that I don't know much about, and we'll see what you guys are thinking about this. Of course, you know how popular Carlton is right now and how we've introduced it with our artists. And I have a couple lamps, and I'm going to show those to you and see if anybody knows about them and can tell me, here they are, if these were made as lamps or if they were made into lamps. I have a pair of these, and I can't get too close to the camera, but they have very old cords, probably from the 50s, and they are obviously melon vases, and I have a pair of them. And I'm anxious to know if you think these were made into lamps or they were lamps themselves. They're very heavy, very, very heavy. That is my question for you today. And I think they're pretty neat. It is a vase, but all the hardware, see the hardware inside looks like they were issued as lamps. So I'm curious about that. If anybody knows. Linda says she thinks it is, she thinks they are vases made into lamps. And does anybody have anything like that? We also had, I sent you a picture. If you can show the picture, if not, no worries, next time. You sent me a picture. Let's see. I don't know if I can. me see if I can do it. So you want us to share your picture, Gabby. Okay, let's see if I can do that. Now I might go over myself because it's easier for me to do it that way, to brand it in. Let's see, like I did with the cake plate. Let's see if we can do that. I will try it. So Gabby, tell us about this lamp if we can see it. I got to delete some more. Hang on. I got so many pictures. So Gabby, did you just buy this lamp? Let's see. Let's see if it shows up. There it is. Okay, we got some answers on some questions here. We'll go ahead and address those in just a second. Gabby, tell us about this lamp. From what we can see, it is gorgeous. I love that base. The base looks really familiar to me. Did you pick this up at an estate sale? Okay, so Gabby has acquired this lamp, and she wanted to know if anybody knew anything about it. It does have a base like some of the Fenton lamps I've seen, but I do not recognize the shade. The shade almost looks like it's upside down. I'll bet it is from the same era, but a different maker. I don't believe it's Fenton. David might know. That is pretty. So tell us about how you acquired it, Gabby. Did you get it at an estate sale? Did you get it for a good price? It is certainly a charmer. So while we're waiting for her, I'm going to let you see that, look at it just a little bit more. Maybe you want to blow it up so that you can see it. Oh, you saw it in an antique shop. Okay. It's beautiful. What color is the base? Is it like a vintage ivory or something? David said it's definitely not Fenton, but it is very nice. I agree. I think it is beautiful. I like the size of it and that it's not all over the place. It's, you know, it's doesn't take up a lot of room. It's beautiful. It's white milk glass. Wow. That is pretty. Did you actually buy it? Let's see what she says. I'm going to go ahead and take that down here. Just wondered if you bought it. Oh, wow. Awesome. I have another picture that I wanted to share with you, and I actually posted it today. It's from a gentleman that I met yesterday, and this has been the topic of discussion today. Let me see if I can get this picture up for you, and I'm going to see if you know about this one. Give me just a second to get it up for you. Ah, Gabby did buy it. Good choice. That is awesome. Okay, so we have, let me get rid of Gabby's picture and show you the other one. So this is the other lamp in question. And again, I'm going to overlay it. It's easier for me to do that once it gets up here. And let me know what you think about this lamp. So this is definitely the Charlton style of lamp. And there has been a discussion about this all afternoon about whether it is Fenton, whether it isn't Fenton. What do you think? What do you think? It is definitely the coin dot pattern. It does have the 22 karat gold. And I am just curious on any thoughts. I am bewildered about it. It really looks like a Fenton Charlton lamp to me, or Charlton style, but I don't know. So let me know if you have any thoughts on that lamp. It's definitely a beautiful lamp, isn't it? Okay. If you need to see it again, let me know. Okay, it looks like we got an answer on our picture. Let's see. One of our members on YouTube, Mystery DA, she says she did a search and found that the vase are the apple tree flared white melt glass vase pattern. Wow. It is vase pattern 1561 It is from 1933 to 1936, and it's considered rare. Mystery DA, you solved the mystery. Thank you for that. Since this is rare and it is unusual, I will be bringing this to Marietta. So if it doesn't sell in-house, it will be featured on one of the evening sales. Thank you, Mystery, for telling me that. I'm going to write that down very quickly. And it is from 1933 to 36, and it is a rare apple tree. All right. Appreciate that. Okay. Let's see. All right. So nobody knows what the second lamp is. Currently, there's one listed on eBay. Mystery, do you know if we've got all the colors? We have milk glass, we have ruby, and David said that he has it in topaz. I'm wondering if anybody else has it in any other color. That is our question of the day. Our second question of the day is on the Carlton lamps. Does anybody know for sure that these weren't made as lamps? Linda says their vase is made into lamps. I'm curious. Part of me thinks she's right. And do you know what the clue is that makes me think she's right? I know she's right because unless these look like original cords, right? They're from the same time period. However, they're different colors. So somebody must have made these. I agree with Linda. I agree with Linda. She's so smart. She gets our gold star for the day. Okay. Anybody else want to be a guest tonight? Let's see what else I can talk about. Okay, so what did I star in my book? Oh, we were talking about logos and stuff, and I highlighted this for some reason. I must have been wanting to read this to you last time we got together. It seems like forever since it was 2 weeks ago. This was written for the Fenton Flyer, and this article was back in 2009, and it was talking about keeping your eyes open for different things. It says that I'm sure you realize that all molds that Fenton has acquired since 1985 from other companies are marked with the small F script. This was started when Fenton acquired some molds from the old McKee plant. So I didn't realize that. So what he's saying is that if Fenton acquired a mold after 1985, there is a small F script logo. That means that Fenton acquired the mold from another plant. It said that there were a lot of molds that were purchased during that time period, and that's how they distinguished which mold was not an original Fenton mold. It says that shortly after that, Fenton acquired molds from Imperial Glass, Cambridge molds, Caprice molds, and in 2004, Fenton acquired the largest lot of molds when it bought the hand-worked molds from Indiana Glass. These included the remainder of the Imperial molds and some of the Cambridge molds, along with molds from Indiana and other companies. So that was interesting to me because I didn't know the F script, just the little F script, means that that mold was acquired from another company after 1985. Fenton never said this is an Imperial mold that Fenton's made. They just put the F script to distinguish which molds they had bought from other companies. Okay, I thought I saw one similar in the Carlton book too, Jamie. Here it is. Jamie says she thinks she found one similar in a Carlton book. There it is. And so I'm gonna just show you a mold that was not an original Fenton mold. I'm going to get it. But you don't hear any Fenton collectors saying this was a Tiffin mold, do you? Here it is. Yes, the Alley Cat was not an original. Oh, you were talking about the coin dot lamp. Yes, I'll put it up again. The just give me a second. The original Alley Cat mold was made by the Tiffin Glass Company in the 20s. And then Fenton acquired it for the Alley Cat. Let's see what it says. Tiffin actually called the Alley Cat the Sassy Susie. And it was bought by Fenton in the 60s. And that is when we saw our first Alley Cat mold, Alley Cat produced by Fenton. They actually bought this in the 60s from a company that took over Tiffin. At the time that they bought the Alley Cat from Tiffin, they also bought the Atlantis vase, which we've seen plenty of that. That's the Atlantis vase is the one that has the fish that look like goldfish on it, and the pinwheel comport. And these were all put into 1970s Fenton Carnival glass. So isn't that interesting? Some of the things that we thought were just Fenton originating molds, like the Atlantis vase, were actually Tiffin molds, but Fenton never called them Tiffin molds made by Fenton. They bought the molds, and they were then their molds, and they called them Fenton. And one of these is the cute Alley Cat. So if you hear anybody call her Susie, Sassy Susie, you know what we're talking about. We need to do an Alley Cat and call her Sassy Susan. Okay. So Jamie wants to see the coin dot lamp again. Here it is for your viewing pleasure, Jamie. I really thought that I had seen this one too. So what do you think? Jamie says she's looking right in the book. Now here comes Pat Fries. Let's see what she says about our pot. She's probably going to tell us it's not a honey pot and that we got Mr. Click got it wrong. What did she say? Okay, I'm in the book looking at a honey pot and does not have a scalloped edge. How tall is the one that you have? Okay, Anita. I don't know if I can get to it tonight. Let me look and see. If I can't, Anita, we'll get to it next week. Take a look. Okay, this is about 8 inches, maybe taller. It's about 8 inches, maybe taller. Let's see what Anita sent me. Kind of hard to go back and forth. Oh, you have those books. Okay, so Anita's got some books that she's going to bring to. Do you want to sell the books outright, Anita, or do you want to bring them to Marietta? You let me know. Okay. And I'm going to come back to you guys here in a second here. Okay. All right. Okay, bring to Marietta. All right, let me see if I can pull it up here. So Anita says she's got some books she's going to bring to Marietta. And she's going to sell these books. They're glass review books. I don't know if I can get them on here. I've got too many windows open. Let me see if I can delete that one. Bring it on here. So Anita's going to bring some books. Let's see. Glass in review. Got about 50 of them. Wow, it's got Topaz right on the front cover. Okay, Anita. We'd be anxious to see that. All right. Okay, sure. Bring them on. Bring them on. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is painting and some of the things that I have run into. Fenton books, yes. So you know our artists use a kiln to fire all their paint on. And I've had a few pieces that I have bought from people and the paint is coming off. And you really have to be careful about buying things that are painted, especially by artists who have come on the scene in the last couple years, because a lot of the times they are not firing the glass. When you put glass into a kiln and fire it several times, the paint actually becomes the glass. There's a big difference between the paint becoming the glass and buying some paint from Hobby Lobby for $3 and putting it in your oven. It doesn't stick. And the popularity of Fenton has increased so quickly, especially when you consider at the beginning of this broadcast, we said that as far back as, or as close back as 2015, there was nobody going to conventions, and it looked really dire for collectors of Fenton. So now with the onset of Facebook and YouTube and the popularity explosion of it, you have to be extremely careful about buying things that are painted. And I'm going to show you a couple examples of things that you just don't know the life of this paint, and it can't be washed. It's not part of the object. It's actually sitting on top of the glass, and so it comes off. Let's see. I think somebody stuck a lid on a large jardiniere, and the honey pot was made in 53, 59. Okay, so you think that is, it does have a lip for the jar. It does have a lip for the top, though. It does have a lip for the top to write on. See it? So I don't know. But anyway, this paint, since everything has happened so fast, you want something that you have that's painted. You want to be able to hand it down. You want it to be able to last through the years. And you want a piece of glass to go through the same rigors that Fenton did. You want it to be as close to Fenton as you possibly can have it. And some of these things that you're getting today are not. And I'm going to show you this piece. So this is an egg painted a year and a half ago. Okay. I can take my thumb and I can chip off all the paint. Look at it come off. It comes right off. I don't know if you can see that because there's enough glue in there, but it comes right off with your fingernail. It comes off with your fingernail because it was put into a stove, or it was put into an oven. And that's what happens to these because they're not fired. It comes off with your fingernail. And it's not, you know, Fenton had so many different mixes with their paint. I was reading today, one color of green had like 9 different paints in it. It was mixed, and it was mixed correctly to withstand the test of time. And you don't want to buy these pieces that look chalky and pieces that try to cover every piece of the glass up, because you're going to have issues. Here is another one. This was bought not too long ago, and I paid good money for it. And look at the paint. Look at the paint. Come off. It's coming off her head. See that? And that just came off her head today. So, I mean, and to top it off, it says it's Fenton. You want to be careful when you see something like this that is painted 100%. For one thing, you don't know if it's a reproduction, and it looks chalky. And, you know, if they're putting it in their ovens, it's not the same as putting it at a kiln and firing it several times. It just is not the same. And there's a lot of artists that have come on recently, and they're doing it in their ovens with craft store paint. So be sure, you should know and educate yourself before you do this so that you don't get burned. What's that guy say on TV? Don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. It's the same thing with buying a reproduction. You can get glass that's been put into a prior Fenton mold. However, the glass is not Fenton. Fenton glass was mixed by chemists. There's formulas and recipes for it. It was a quality 10 glass. It was awesome. There wasn't hardly any flaws. It could take the kiln. There's not glass like that anymore out there. So you want to be careful. You want to be careful. Yes, when we do our painting, we use paint from the Fenton factory. We use the gold that Fenton used. We use the firing that Fenton used. And we're using real Fenton blanks. And there is a big difference. And the point being, if you're spending big money, and you are these days, because Fenton is increasing in value, you want something that you can give your grandkids or your children in 10 years. The paint's still on it, it's beautiful, and it will last for generations. And that's why we go to great lengths to fire our pieces. And it's painstakingly hard to do, and we lose glass sometimes because of it, and it takes a lot of time, but it's worth it because the paint fuses with the glass and it makes it one instead of the paint on top of the glass. And that's it. That's it. So be careful when you're out there buying it. Question, question, question. If something is painted on every piece of glass, question what color the base was, because we understood and we've been going over things for the reproductions. We know what the reproduction colors are, or we're learning them. And if you see something completely painted over, there may be a chance that that is exactly that. Hang on, I got another item I was going to show you. So this is another piece that I recently purchased. Okay, it is a mouse. Now, I am going to have this mouse sanded, even though it says it's a one of a kind. Okay, why? Because I rub my fingers over this paint and I can feel that it is not fused. It is not part of the glass. This is, look at. This is not part of the glass. I am taking off all of the dots off the ear. Now, that should make you mad. See it? That should make you mad. You don't want that to happen. And I don't want that to happen for you. So even though this piece says one of a kind, if you buy this, you are going to be burnt, because all of this paint can be rubbed off with your fingers, and you do not want that. Look at that. I'll bet I can take the eggs off too. Now, I'm not saying. Look at that. I can take the eggs off too with my fingernail. I'm going to have this sanded, repainted, fired in a kiln, and you will not be able to take that. Look, I rubbed every dot off that ear, just like I took every cloud off of this piece, just like she is going to fall apart in the next couple years. I'm telling you, you want to be careful. Don't waste your money. Okay. All right. It is an hour. I can see you tonight, Carrie. Nope, I'm not going to say who signed the mouse, but it's supposed to be one of a kind. Yep, check it. We're here on YouTube to educate you. Another thing that you want to see, and you saw that I knew immediately, this paint is raised. It's raised. It's not part of the glass, okay? And George has told us too, for reproductions in Fenton glass, if it feels greasy, it's newer glass. Yeah, I know. Well, you get a maiden like that. That maiden sold for $95. And made by a contemporary glass company, you can probably buy the blank for $15. It's not worth the money if somebody's going to put it in their oven. Okay. Just saying, my commentary for the night. All right. Jamie Marsh, did you find my lamps? Jamie Marsh, did you find my lamps? It is sad that it's happening, but you have to understand that there's some collectors out there that won't let Fenton die. Now I'm going to show you something here. I am going to show you something. Hang tight. This is very interesting. Let me see if it comes up here. Okay. I am in the mold room at Fenton. Look at this. Look at this. This is one room, and this is all the Fenton molds. They were dispersed at auctions. They're out there everywhere. That's how many reproductions could possibly be out there. Some of these were sold. Some of these were sold for salvage. But that's how many are out there. If you don't know your colors, you don't know what you're getting. So it's so important to look at your older Fenton books and memorize shapes and colors. That's the only way you can fight against it. Memorize the shapes, and most importantly, memorize the colors. Fenton had clear, bold colors. The Burmese, the Lotus Mist, the Blue Burmese can't be reproduced. The Favrine can't be reproduced, but watch the other colors. Found a rare apple vase on Poshmark in jadeite green. Okay, so this also comes in green. Also comes in green. All right. All right. Okay. Anyway, there it is. Isn't that crazy? And those molds, I'm telling you, if you've never held one of them molds in your hands, they are so incredibly heavy. Dave Fetty has a couple of them that he got when the auction was going, when they auctioned stuff off at Fenton when they closed. And they are so heavy. Even just for the little bear mold, it's something that you're not even hardly going to be able to pick up. Thank you. I try. I don't want you to be burnt like I'm burnt. And I have to tell you, the fact that I took off that paint is kind of ticking me off tonight. I didn't think it was going to be that easy. But hey, like I said, you want this stuff to hand down. You want it to be the finest quality you can get. So you got to do your homework. You just got to do it. Okay, we are in to our second hour. We usually just go for an hour. I want to thank our guest, Anita Fisher, tonight. I want to thank Mystery DA for doing some investigation work on our apple tree vase. Thank you, Mystery. It's been a pleasure to have you on tonight. I want to thank Pat Fries for doing research on our milk glass canister, or whatever we're going to call it. We still don't know for sure. And who else? David Brown for giving us some enlightenment on our vase, and everybody else who came in tonight. It has been my pleasure tonight. We will see you next week. Remember, we are going to go into Marietta 2 weeks from tomorrow. I hope you all can come. You are more than welcome to come sell with us. We are not going to charge you any kind of a fee if you are local. Hey, there's a Mystery DA says the ruby sold through an auction house in 2017. That was probably Anita's. That was probably Anita's. So like I said, if you want to come, we've rented the Mississippi room. If you intend on setting up, let me know. I don't know how big that Mississippi room is. It's pretty big, but I have a chance to even get a bigger room if we have enough people setting up. You can also set up in your hotel room. So Valerie's going to be with us. Anita's going to be with us. If you want boat tickets, please let me know. If you want lodging, please let me know. And we're so looking forward to it. I just can't hardly wait. So have a good weekend. Remember, tomorrow night at 7 is Vintage Vixens. We're going to do mid-century collectibles tomorrow night, and we hope to see you there. We'll see you guys later. Have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.